Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the My Mickey podcast. It's so great to have you back here with us. My name is Cam. I am a travel enthusiast, and if you are a travel enthusiast, you have found the best podcast to be listening to. We are here, the My Mickey podcast, brought to you by My Mickey Vacation Travel. Their dream designers, they don't even have travel agents. Their dream designers go to the parks almost every day and give you the best information and the best way to set up your Walt Disney World vacation. So if you're looking to book a Walt Disney World vacation in the next coming weeks, months, you need to be listening today because we are starting a 4-park series that is going to go in depth of all the parks at Walt Disney World. So excited. But before we do that, we got to go over the business. And if you would like to hear more of our podcast, you need to just subscribe to this podcast wherever you like to get those. On Apple and on Spotify and on Google, you need to check those out. And you can visit mymickeypodcast.com and listen to all of our previous episodes. And we're going to have so much fun with you guys today because every time we do this podcast, I'm so fortunate enough to have my bosses who love talking Disney, love talking vacations, and they are back again today as we talk Magic Kingdom 101. Please welcome back the co-owners of My Mickey Vacation Travel, Jeff and Karen Stoner. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Cam.
Here we go again.
Yeah, so I'm excited about this new series that we're doing too. So
I was too.
a lot of fun.
Yes, when you brought it to my attention, we're going to do a 4-park series calling it Walt Disney World 101. So this is for those first-time visitors. Have you never been here to Walt Disney World? Where have you been? It's time to get you here. And you know what this is going to be? This is just going to get you so excited. When I was a kid and I dreamed of going to Walt Disney World back in my day, kids, we used to order those traveling to Walt Disney World VHS tapes that they would send for free that Disney would send out. Do you remember those? And we would just watch that all the time. It was 30 minutes of just pure dreaming, right?
Yep.
Well, we're in the modern age now. We're live tonight on Facebook and on YouTube. So we're going to be bringing it to you live. And because it's live, we're going to ask all of you folks out there, comment along with us. We want to hear what you're thinking. If you have questions about the Magic Kingdom as we talk about it tonight, bring them on up there. Jeff is our video producer, and he will look at that already. Join the conversation. Look at that. We're all just going to point down like they do in these cool things. Enter your questions or comments on Facebook. That's right. So we hope you're joining us live here tonight. And if not, if you're listening to this a little bit later on, that's all right. Go back and just read all these comments that are going to be coming in tonight because we got a lot to talk about. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
Lots.
Let's dive in, shall we? Let's dive into Magic Kingdom 101. Here's our first park. So let's talk about, the excitement of just arriving, how to get to the park. Yeah. A lot of options to get to the Magic Kingdom, from the bus travel to monorail to the ferry boats, right? What do you guys like to take when you go to the Magic Kingdom?
I love taking the monorail if at all possible.
Me too.
Yeah, it's just something about going on the monorail, and which of course, even if you aren't staying at one of the monorail resorts, parking at the transportation and ticket center still allows you to get on the monorail. You can take the monorail or the ferry boat to the Magic Kingdom. So if you're undecided on which one to choose, you can choose one way to get there and then the other way coming back.
Exactly. I love that too. And nowadays, there's also, ride share options, especially when those start to come back. That'll be great to have ride share options. That's another way to get you to the Magic Kingdom as well.
Well, the ride shares will drop you off at the Ticket and Transportation Center, so you still can take that monorail or the ferry boat. And of course, is the bus. If you're staying at one of the Walt Disney World resorts that aren't on the monorail loop,
right,
you can still take that bus over to the Magic Kingdom, and it drops you off almost at the front door, which is wonderful.
Love that. Yeah, exactly. And what I love about the ferry boats and the monorail, it's like your first ride, right? You see the castle either way as you're approaching. It's really cool, and you're starting to get really excited, and you hear the voiceover announcer who on the boat or on the monorail and getting you all excited. You hear the music and you see the castle as it's approaching. It's just a cool way to to arrive at a theme park,
The
right?
kids love it. That's like a ride in and of itself, being on the buses and on the monorail. The kids don't understand there's more to come. It's not just the boat and the bus,
Exactly. We got Langley who's chiming in going, please stand clear of the doors, right?
It's the best sign. The
It
best sign.
is. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. There you go.
I knew I was going to
Someone's
botch
bringing
it
his
up.
Spanish 3 back. Come
That's
on.
impressive.
Well, that's about all you're getting out of me these days. Okay, so let's talk about transportation. We got you covered. How many different options to arrive at the Magic Kingdom. And when you get there, now you have security to go through, right? They want to make sure everyone is feeling safe these days. And they take care of that right away, even before you get to the main turnstiles, right? So what's the current security process for the Magic Kingdom?
It's the most magical ever. It is. I love the way the new security system is.
Yeah.
For those who have gone before, you remember they have to go through your diaper bag and through your carry-on and your purse and empty all the stuff out.
Right.
You literally, it's like a metal detector thing. You just walk through it. You leave everything on your person. Don't have to take anything out. Unless if you have an umbrella, you have to hold it separate. But
so they're not digging through the bags anymore. Is that what you're saying?
No, you just walk right through. There's no stopping, no nothing. It is amazing.
Technology. We love it.
Yes.
Yeah, now, one thing I'll add too is they've actually moved the security locations. So if you're at a monorail resort, you actually go through security at the resort before you get on the monorail. If you're arriving through the ticket and transportation center, you do security there before you ever even get to the Magic Kingdom. And if you're on the ferry boat or other water transportation coming into or buses coming into the Magic Kingdom, they will do that at the Magic Kingdom location.
Good to know. It's good to know.
It's a little divided, so it doesn't get all bottlenecked.
I love that. So not getting bottlenecked. And personally, man, if I can do the security before we actually arrive at the gate, because once you get there, you're like, oh, I don't want to do security. I want to get in the park.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's pushing monorail. That's what it's pushing right there. That's great. So entering the park, real easy, right? With the touch pass, the way to get in. It's real simple to get inside. And once you're in, you're at the Magic Kingdom. Fantastic. Anything you guys want to chime in about entering the park? Any tips about that?
Well, if you have your Magic Band, certainly use it.
Yeah.
But now they've as of right now, your iPhone users can just tap your iPhone or your Apple Watch right on the reader, and you're going to be in good shape to get in. Real easy.
It's real easy. Yeah. And it's contact free. I love that. Just touch and go. Right.
Yep. Very easy.
I mean, not that the vacation's touch and go. No, the vacation's going to be great, especially with vacation travel, right? Yes. No.
Just make sure you have that park reservation to get in. You need a ticket and a park reservation right now.
That's right. You do need to have that park reservation. So you arrive at the Magic Kingdom, and if you've never been there before, there's the whole Mickey floral display right there in front of the train station, and you can go left or right, and you get to go under the train tracks, walking through the famous tunnel that gets you into Main Street, right, into Town Square. And that's always an exciting moment to get in there, right?
It is. You hear the music, you can smell the popcorn, you hear kids and the laughing, and you go through, and you almost always will find either in the hub, depending on if we're in the middle of pandemic or not, you'll see characters in the hub there doing photos. Now they are over on the train station. So a lot of times right as you're going under the train tracks there, look up. And a lot of times you'll see princesses, or you'll see Mickey and friends, or Pooh and friends right there greeting you for the day and doing photos and selfies. So it's really cool to kind of see all that right when you walk in.
Now this is just a random question. Do you go to the left tunnel or do you go to the right tunnel when you go in? Like, do you kind of follow like normal traffic patterns driving on the right? Do you go in the right-hand side, or do you change it up, guys? And do you go in the left just because you want to? I've just thought I'd ask.
I never thought of it until just now, but we always go on the left.
So do you really? I always go in on the right. How funny.
Except for the parties, because the parties always have their entrances on the right-hand side. And so we have to go in through the right. So
we always go on the left.
I never really we come right off the monorail exit and right in.
Well, if you do go in through the left, it's going to put you right there at City Hall, you know, and the City Hall is a great place to start your day at the Magic Kingdom because it's a place where you can grab your park map. They have all those buttons for all of your celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, first time visits, right? For those of you who are watching today, their guest relations can get you all set up with those. And then you're ready to begin your day. And you're already hearing my favorite part about walking in, it's the music. I love hearing all those songs from Hello Dolly and all the Dapper Dan songs. It's just great. I love that.
Yep. And you may even see them. The Dapper Dans are there. Right. And sometimes they're up on the train station and they have all their instruments and singing and telling their jokes. If you don't see them there, they are also on the trolley and they go up through the main hub on Main Street and they go all the way up Main Street to the castle and around that hub and back. So you do see them and they're out and wonderful as always.
Oh, and just to remind everybody, since this is a 101 class, what are the Dapper Dans and what do they do?
Oh, good question. I mean, don't ask me because I was one at one point. So
well, you'd be the perfect person to answer that then.
Oh, well, then I'll tell you. Yes, the Dapper Dans are a barbershop quartet. Yes, so singing some of your favorite barbershop songs. Yeah, and they're all dressed in the really bright colored stripes. It's great. I had a great time being a Dapper Dan for a brief moment, but it happened, and I have pictures and a video of it.
Ooh, you have to share it time.
I think it's time to hear something, maybe.
I know. I'll have to find some of that stuff for you guys. I thought when you put that up, I'm like, oh, is that me? Okay, there we go.
We're going to have to go back and look at all of our pictures over the years to see where we've seen you in different
That could be fun. Roles. Where's Cam? Find Cam in some of these discussions we have. Well, you know, when we do Hollywood Studios Day, we'll probably have a bunch there.
That's true. That's true.
So you're there, you see the Dapper Dans, you got your park mat, you got your button, right? And a great piece of advice is to have your My Disney Experience app open. Why is that important?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Okay.
Why is that important, Jeff? Jeffrey.
Having your app open does a couple things for you. One, the first thing I like to use it for, and my primary use, is to see those wait times on the attractions, so that I can see exactly where I might want to go next, what attraction do I want to see, and how long I can anticipate standing in that standby line. So that is my primary use, but it tells you everything from you use it to do your mobile ordering for your counter service restaurants. You can use it to find the nearest restroom if you need to. It's all encompassing, all information at your fingertips. So it's a really great tool to have when you're at the parks.
But you definitely don't want to be glued to it, right? You don't want to be no, because we gotta fight this urge to do this the entire. I mean, you're missing it if you're doing that, right? You're missing the trip. So as awesome as it is, it's also important that you are, you know, experiencing your
You're in the moment.
You're in the moment, right?
It's a great
your favorite characters when they appear, right?
It's a great tool for. I wonder if it's a question you would normally go ask somebody. It's a great place. It's kind of like your FAQ all in one place.
Yeah, absolutely. So use it as a resource. Definitely know which direction you want to start your day, which land you want to head off to with the wait times. But then, put it down, enjoy your park, enjoy your experience there, right? Yeah, and you know, if anything, have the camera ready because it's time to take pictures right away as you're going up Main Street, and the cast
get
right
the videos
there.
Out of the kids and follow them, get their expressions and the laughing as they see the castle and their characters. But now that you mentioned the photos, because of course, you know, I know for me, Mom, I always had the camera and the phone, so I'm not in a lot of pictures because I'm the one taking the photos.
Yes.
But all along Main Street and all throughout different parts of the park, you'll see PhotoPass photographers everywhere.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you see them. There they are. They will take your family's photos. They'll do several shots and little magic shots, and they'll add, you know, fun surprises and stuff in there. So take advantage of that. It's an awesome package, adding the memory maker to your trips.
Can you talk a little bit about the memory maker for those that don't know what that's about?
Yeah, Memory Maker is the PhotoPass package, and basically all those PhotoPass photographers take all these pictures for you at all the parks, different areas of the parks. There are little hidden cameras in some of the attractions, like in the the mine train and Space Mountain and stuff like that. They've got the cameras in there, and all those photos you can download. They'll show up on your My Disney Experience app. Then you can download them and take them, print them off, or keep them on your phone, or share them on social media. The cost for the Memory Maker is $169 right now if you order it at least 5 days before your trip. Closer, it's still only $199. So it's an amazing value,
And
and
that's
you
for
get
the length of the trip?
for your length of your trip. And you'll literally get hundreds of pictures if if you're taking advantage of it. And mom and dad are in all the pictures with the kids. So it's really
So
great.
if you're doing a 4-day vacation or a 10-day vacation, it's the same
The
price.
same price. It's a one shot deal, which is fabulous.
And I love what you said, back in the day, as a mom, you were never in the pictures, right?
Yeah.
And then, it may sound a little expensive at first, but think about all of those memories that you're going to want to bring home with you, right? And if you don't have to be the one taking the pictures, because PhotoPass is everywhere. If you didn't know, they're everywhere,
Mhm.
all throughout the parks, not just Main Street, not just the castle. You'll find them everywhere. And even on the attractions, a lot of attractions take your
Mhm.
pictures, and then those get right into your Memory Maker as well.
And some of them are little videos. I know on the mine train is a photo, and there's also a little video. So you can actually see yourself on the little mine train car going around, and
Yes.
have fun to see your kids with their hands up, waving and laughing and having a good time. This is a
And
great
it's a
tip.
little creepy how it's done. And I don't mean
Yes,
this
it
in a
is.
negative way, because my wife and I, a couple years ago, randomly went on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And then like a week or no, a couple months later, it said, "Oh, your video is about to expire." We never tapped anything. And all of a sudden there was a video of us on the
They
ride. And we're like,
know.
they know.
It's funny though, even on Small World
Yeah.
now, when you're leaving Small World and how it says goodbye in all the different languages,
Yes.
sometimes your name will show up on there. Adios, Karen. And it's like you didn't scan your band. How do they know? So
Yeah.
they are,
How
I
did
know.
they do that?
It is.
It's
always
part of the
exciting.
magic.
It
But
is.
it's
The kids always get excited to see their name on the end of Small World.
Yeah. And just it's adding on to the kids being excited, and just to wrap up the PhotoPass option,
Mhm.
it's another great thing because the first part of the day, right when you get in the park, that's when everyone's very excited. So that's some of the best picture taking, when the kids
Oh,
are, wow, and maybe bouncing up and down, right? And so those are the moments you want to grab right away. But one of my also favorite things about Main Street, besides the music, besides the Dapper Dans, yes, I love that Starbucks is there, which is awesome.
It is. It is. I was
You
just
know,
there 2 days ago and got myself my vanilla sweet cream cold brew, and it was perfect way to start the day.
ugh, Mama Karen's ready to go. She's got her
Yeah.
cold brew. She's ready to tackle the park. And for those who travel in the fall during Mickey's Not So Scary time, you get that pumpkin spice latte, folks. Come on, right? Everyone
Mhm.
loves that. And the gingerbread lattes for the holidays, and they have those there, so you can kick off your day with your favorite Starbucks and be extra caffeinated for your
That's right.
experience, right? That's great. What's one of your favorite things, Jeffrey, of Main Street?
For me, Main Street is definitely Dapper Dan's, but I have to say one of my favorite sites, and it brings back the nostalgia of Walt Disney World, balloons.
Oh, were you
I
a
love
balloon kid?
seeing balloons. It's just a happy thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you get the balloons as a kid? We never did, but I definitely know what you mean. Like seeing the balloon sellers, like that is very nostalgic.
Well, see, back in my day,
Are you going to say back in your day when the Mickey balloon didn't have a plastic protective bubble
that's
around it?
exactly what I was going to say. Because now these balloons have that nice plastic outline thing. When I was a kid, we saw more balloons floating away into the sky than we did actually in some kids' hands.
Well, that's because that was before they tied those
They
weights.
tied the
to
little
them.
weight. Yep.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
a genius
You did.
idea.
You used to see balloons, yes, flying away all the time.
Yep.
Totally. So you're in the park, you're there at the hub, which is right there at the the Walt and Mickey statue, and you get to decide which direction you're going to go. And you're in front of the castle. You've taken those pictures, right? And then you got to decide where you want to go. And I'm sure most of you, when you're planning a trip to the Magic Kingdom, you're thinking attractions, you're thinking rides. Why don't we give some of our can't miss attractions?
Well, it depends sort of on what your group is for your first trip. Do you have the little ones, or are you traveling with older kids that are more thrill rides? The little ones, if that's their first time, Peter Pan, Dumbo, those are the attractions that you want to hit first. Those are the ones that always have the longer lines and has that amazing factor. Peter Pan was actually my first attraction I went on when I was a kid.
Oh,
I was a teenager, but still, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I couldn't imagine as being a little kid, the technology of flying around and seeing that. So I think it just is a matter of, if that's what if you want to do, if the kids go into Fantasyland, if your kids are a little older, maybe even still Fantasyland and do the Mine Train or Space Mountain and more of the mountain rides. So it kind of depends on what you're more geared towards, more of a thrill seeker or just kind of more that nostalgia family type attraction.
I agree. Yeah, little kids go right through that castle and get to Fantasyland. And we want to encourage you guys, if you're listening right now to the My Mickey podcast, chime in. If you're here on our live stream right now, let us know, which direction do you go to first at the Magic Kingdom? And maybe tell us why. Maybe you have an insider tip that we could share with those who have never been to the Magic Kingdom and maybe planning their very first vacation to Walt Disney World. I personally, my wife and I, we love Liberty Square. We love Liberty Square. So we tend to always kind of head that direction when we get there, I just love the feel of that land. And there's not necessarily a lot of rides there. You got Haunted Mansion, which is, of course, one of my favorites. But I love that area. I love the Liberty Tree Tavern there. Oh, one of the best restaurants in my opinion is Liberty Tree.
It really is.
You better, Jeffrey, have a photo ready to go for Liberty Tree. That's great.
Well, it's his favorite restaurant, I think, everywhere, anywhere.
I'm telling you, Liberty Tree Tavern, folks, get a reservation when you can and when you can go. And you don't get anything a la carte on the menu. You need to go there for their turkey dinner, because that's what it's about. And I'm not lying to you. You think I'm paid to say this. It's the best turkey ever. Ever. It's so, so good. And here, I'm going to add some on top of this right now. I'm a big iced tea fan. Yes, also from Law & Order SVU, but I'm talking about the beverage. Okay? But I'm a big iced tea fan. And at the Liberty Tree Tavern, they serve the fresh brewed iced tea as opposed to the stuff that comes out of the machine. Just a little extra. And another reason to go there. I know, write that down. Write it down. Write that down. Yeah, unsweet or sweet. That's good. So we've got a comment that's coming in here about which direction they like to go first at the Magic Kingdom. Thank you, Facebook user. I usually go right from the hub because my son can't wait to get on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. Oh, yeah.
Yes, you got to fight Zurg in the galaxy.
Yeah. And Mike McGarry is saying left. Adventureland is the place to start. Mike, tell us why Adventureland is the place to start. I want you to write us another comment and tell us where you're going. You're going to Adventureland. So are you going to the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse? Is that where you're going? Like, that's what I want to know. Or you're thinking bigger than that, a little more epic than the Treehouse. Not to put down the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. I love a good Swiss Polka any day. I do. And if you're looking to get your steps in, do that early in the day, because later in the day, you'll have done enough steps. Okay.
Yeah, that's not as much fun.
How about you, Jeffrey? What direction do you go from the hub?
Well, we typically will do Fantasyland first because we got to try and get that, like I said, Peter Pan, or like Karen said, Peter Pan, Small World, all the Fantasyland stuff, because if mama ain't happy, nobody's happy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying right there?
I know what you're saying. I know, but I'm going to say this. If you were on your own, where would you go?
Ooh. If I were on my own, I would be heading over to Tomorrowland for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
Okay.
I like that a lot. I'm very competitive with myself. And And when it's open, I'm a huge fan of the laugh floor. That is my all-time favorite ever thing to do. I can't wait to see Sam and Ella and the whole gang.
Buddy Boyle.
We're not talking now by the description of that. If you've never been to the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, it's not a restaurant, so no, you don't have to worry about salmonella being in the food. No, Monsters Inc. laugh floor takes you into the monster world because now we've discovered that laughter is more powerful than scream energy, right? And they have a bunch of monsters there in a comedy style show that is collecting all of the audience's laughs to power Monstropolis. Fantastic. And some of the monsters' names, yes, are Sam and Ella.
Right. And the best part about it, it's improv comedy, but you're interacting with cartoon characters, which the technology is unbelievably amazing. But it's funny and it's different every time.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Turtle Talk with Crush, that was the beginning of this type of technology, where a digital character could see you through the screen and talk to you and interact with you. This is that times 1,000. It's awesome. So you'll definitely need to check out the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Hey, we heard from Mike McGarry. Here's his agenda.
Oh, hit Jungle Cruise, then Pirates, and then Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And if I had a ta-da sound effect right now or a big applause, I would say yes for two reasons. Yeah. One, those are big e-ticket rides. And if you get those done earlier in the day, less chance that it's going to be more crowded, right? But also, he did it in walking order from the hub. Did you notice that?
That's right, he did.
I mean, he just passed the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, and I'm not gonna make fun of him for that. But he's like, no, I've got priorities. I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna pass the magic carpet ride. I'm not gonna go to the Tiki Room. I'm gonna stay to the left. Do some Jungle Cruise, Pirates, and some Big Thunder. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for that, Mike. And if you're lucky, someone will buy you churros. That's true because churros are great too. It's the best breakfast. It is. So you got.
And what else did he pass over there? Speaking of snacks,
yeah, go ahead.
Over there, he passed the famous Dole Whip.
I know, that's right. You got to get Dole Whip. If you don't know what Dole Whip is, you haven't lived. We talked about it in our Flower and Garden Festival. So you'll have to go back and check out that video. Check out that on our Facebook page as well. But yeah, Dole Whip, incredible. And I get always a Dole Float, which is the pineapple soft serve with the juice in it as well. So it's extra delicious in my opinion. Yeah. So we've got some directions of where folks are saying they like to go. Seems like talking to all of us, we've covered like every direction you can go. Yeah. But it's not too long when I get to the Magic Kingdom, and it's true. I could have eaten a 4-course meal before going, and within 30 minutes of being there, I want to eat. I don't know about you. There's something in the smells there that makes me want to eat. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the great places to eat at the Magic Kingdom. And we could talk sit down, and we could also talk quick service.
I think my favorite, although I do love Liberty Tree, the food there is really, really good. The atmosphere is good. But for a special treat, I love Be Our Guest. I just love being able to go inside the Beast Castle. It just seems it's beautiful, and seeing the West Ring and the main dining room, and just a gorgeous restaurant. The food is amazing.
Yeah, the gray stuff is delicious.
It is delicious.
And if any of you are listening right now and you've been to Be Our Guest, chime in. Let us know what you think about that. Is it a definite place for a first timer to go? Yeah, Jenna Jackson's like, Be Our Guest. Yum. Absolutely. Yeah.
And the Beast is there. He runs through he doesn't stop for photos, but he does show up. So if any of you Beating the Beast fans, you will see him there. Making
sure you eat your vegetables, right? You got to eat them. That's right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. How about you, Jeffrey? What do you like to eat at the Magic Kingdom?
Well, I'm going to refer back once again to Liberty Tree.
Yes.
Always the best. But I have to say, I'm a very picky eater, as we all know. We've talked about that ad nauseum, I think, in past episodes.
Now, by picky eater, I'm sure we have picky eaters who.
Yeah. So
talk about your pickiness and how the Magic Kingdom still satisfies that pickiness.
It really does. And I think one of the things that I recently discovered, I've always stayed away from Pecos Bills as a quick service because I'm like, I don't like that. That's spicy or whatever it is. And so I recently discovered that if I can go in there and get the nachos with just the beef on it and everything else is taken away, I got myself a good meal. So that's the other cool thing is you can customize your order. So if you don't want the guac and you don't want the cheese and whatever else comes on, I don't know. But for me, I'm a meat and potatoes guy. So
Wait, you're a cheeseless nacho fan?
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Chips. That's what he has.
I want someone to agree with you right now on here. And you have to be telling the truth. If you agree that nachos without cheese is the way to go, make Jeff feel great and say something right there.
Jonathan says Pecos Bill is awesome. I think that's the closest we're going to get.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jonathan, right there. Jonathan Coke. I love we got a Coca-Cola last name while we're talking about it.
But in reality, though, I think if I had to pick like a quick service restaurant that I really just love and I miss it during these times, and I'm going to say Dustin jumped on here and said the same thing, Casey's Corner.
Yeah, Casey's Corner.
How much fun is it? The hot dogs they have, just what they do to those hot dogs and the stuff they put on mac and cheese or chili or whatever it is you want on that. It's there. You can sit outside and there's nice tables and there's, again, this is outside of COVID days, but you got the piano players outside there and it's just a wonderful atmosphere. I love Casey's Corner.
And they make the corn dog nuggets too, which are great for parades. It's awesome. Nice little road food, road food. Since we're still talking quick service, Cosmic Rays. Come on. We're not going to say it's the best cuisine in the world, but Cosmic Rays, I think, is a rite of passage for anyone going to Magic Kingdom. It's right on the border of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. And Cosmic Ray is a great character who is a lounge act alien singing lounge tunes while you're eating cheeseburgers and fries. Folks, you're like, what? Yes, he sings songs about gravity and how it has a hold on him. And I love it so much. But I will give some props to Cosmic Rays. Sometimes they actually do have specialty burgers that they're featuring that are not just the cookie cutter cheeseburger and fries that you could eat, for days. But they sometimes do some specialty stuff. So it's always good to kind of pop in there. They have 3 different bays, space station bays with different types of food. So check those out as well. And then go and listen to Cosmic Ray. He's old. He's awesome.
And the other thing to look for too is a lot of times they'll have like one of the new things they're doing is these little food carts, like the little portable carts, and they have one right outside of Adventureland now that has spring rolls. So you'll find some really unique items and some, because typically, you find, their ice cream or, whatever, popcorn or whatever in the carts. Yeah. But the spring rolls, I'm not a big spring roll fan. Obviously, I said I was picky.
Cheeseburger and pepperoni.
But I've heard they're really good.
But what if we gave you spring rolls with nacho chips and meat?
That would be great.
Okay, then. Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking. I'm not seeing anyone mention cheese.
I don't know what to say. They're speechless. They're speechless.
But that brings us to snacks. That's a great tip, Jeff, that you were mentioning that, the carts, especially throughout the year, because the carts will change with seasonal offerings. So finding spring rolls, I've never seen that, but that's really cool. A fun thing to find. Yes, a cheeseburger spring roll. Yum. Ramsey. There we go. Pitch it to them, guys. Come on. Tell them that's what you want. But great snack options. Back to Liberty Square, they have a really nice, just by the Hall of Presidents, this open air. It's like a market of sorts. That's the best way I can describe it. It's got fresh fruit and vegetables, grapes, and they also, that's, I believe, where they have the turkey leg as well. The big turkey leg is there. So nice places just to grab it. Maybe you just want a banana to start the day off with.
Those big pickles. Don't they have those real big
and
pickles?
And the big pickles. That's right. That's right. And then, right next door to that, is the Columbia Harbor House. which is just across from the Haunted Mansion. Now, that's for folks that are all about some, little lobster in their life, right?
Lobster roll.
Got the lobster roll, which I've had several times. I think they have clam chowder there as well. So if you're a seafood lover, that's a place for you.
Mm-hmm.
And just, again, COVID days, they're closed temporarily, but you can still get all of the menu items over at Tomorrowland Terrace.
Most of them. Right, the lobster roll is there, and the fish and chips and shrimp.
Fish and chips. Yeah, not the whole entire
menu.
menu.
Pot pie and stuff like that, but most of the items they have at Tomorrowland Terrace.
Now, here's something that I've not experienced, and we're still talking about restaurants, and let us know here on the chat if you guys have experienced it out there as well. It's Skipper Canteen. Isn't that right? The name of...
Yeah.
In Adventureland. Have you guys tried the Skipper Canteen? I've never been.
We have. We actually love it. When they first opened, the theming there is amazing. Each one of the rooms is a different theme, but Jungle Cruise theme. All your servers are skippers, and they all have the same different corny jokes. The menu used to be a little too adventurous when they first opened. So it wasn't as popular, but they've changed it, and there's a lot of menu options there. Jeff likes it, so
okay, well, there we go. I mean,
that's all we really need to say. But we do
they got chips in meat. That's what they got.
Never said. Yeah.
Magic Kingdom 101 episode has become Jeff Stoner's Appetite 101. Oh my gosh. Well, we've covered so much so far, and let us know what you guys are thinking of other great things, if maybe that we're leaving out when you visit the Magic Kingdom. We've talked about attractions, and we've talked about getting those great memories. Jackie hates cheese. Okay, Jeff, there you go. You got one right there.
I actually like cheese. I just don't want cheese on my nachos.
That's true, because I'm pretty cheesy, so I don't take it personally, though, Jackie. A lot of people don't like cheese, and I get it. But I hope you like this cheese that we're providing you this evening. But we've covered the food and snacks. Why don't we talk about some good shopping places in Magic Kingdom? Because I know you want to take a souvenir or two home with you. Do you guys have any tips for shopping, or where you guys like to buy souvenirs when you do?
Oh, let's see. There's so many neat stores in the Magic Kingdom. But of course, the Emporium has, that takes
everything.
up the whole, it has everything there from, jewelry to clothes to ear hats to candy to everything you can possibly want in there. Awesome store. You can charge to your room if you're staying on property, which is magical. And if you don't want to have to carry it around the park all day, they will deliver it to your resort. So that is awesome.
That's the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is, because how many times are you in the middle of the day, you're like, I really want this, but I don't want to carry it all day.
Yep.
Let them ship it either to the front of the park or to the resort, whatever you're more comfortable with.
And all the stores do that. So it's not just the Emporium that does that. So all the stores in the parks do that, and Disney Springs also.
Yeah. And if you're looking for some non-Disney merchandise, you can actually get that at the Magic Kingdom as well in Adventureland, where you can get really designer sunglasses and some really nice clothing that's not Disney whatsoever, but you can find that at the Magic Kingdom as well, which I always find refreshing, so you don't want Goofy on your clothes anymore. You'd like to take something home that you could wear all the time, or feel like you'd like to wear all the time. That's a great place to go. How about you, Jeff?
This store's been around for a long time, but we stumbled into it a few times over the holiday season to look for some special things. And Amy Disney made a comment here, but the Christmas store over in Liberty Square, what a gorgeous little, it's just, I wouldn't say it's hidden, but it's kind of a little, like a little secret. Like it's not, really in your face,
It is. If you're looking at the castle and you go to the left and you're going across the bridge to Liberty Square, it's the first thing on your left. It's a great store in there. It's actually a nice size store, believe it or not. And they do personalized ornaments in there. You can get your family name written really nice on there. So that's an option inside. And I love Christmas. So if there's any time that I can get Christmas and at least try to feel cooler when it's, hot and humid outside, it's good to get a little Christmas when you get it. Right. And yeah, more points for Liberty Square. There we go. The Main Street Confectionery. Yeah. So right when you come into the Magic Kingdom, it's right there, right off of Town Square, which is where the flagpole is. Yeah, the confectionery, boy, that's where you can get a lot of great stuff. The cotton candy and all the kettle corns that they're making fresh, the fudge that's in there.
Cupcakes.
Yeah. And they're
Cupcakes.
expanding it, I believe.
Mhm.
They're expanding it even further into an older store, and they're going to make it even larger because everyone has a bigger appetite when they're at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and you can watch them make the candy apples there too, the caramel apples. And that's kind of neat. The ladies that are in there that are actually making them and decorating the apples, you can watch them do that. So that's kind of fun to do too.
That's a great tip. That's awesome. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready. I'm just ready to go. And I know it's not too far from us, but like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go there, you guys.
I'm ready.
I know. Well, if you guys out here who've been listening to this podcast are thinking, I need to travel to Walt Disney World, I want to go to the Magic Kingdom, well, you got to. It's the flagship park of the Walt Disney World Resort. You know how you need to do it? No, don't go on. Don't figure out how to do it. We've got people that know how to do it. They are the dream designers at My Mickey Vacation Travel, right? Jeff and Karen Stoner, they are fantastic co-owners, and they have assembled the most amazing team of designers who can craft the perfect vacation for you. You can find them on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, or you can go right to their website at mymickeyvacation.com. That is the best place to get started, and they're going to take really good care of you. I've seen it firsthand, and they do a fantastic job. Any final thoughts, Jeff and Karen, before we leave Magic Kingdom 101?
I would say that if this is your very first visit to Magic Kingdom, don't make the mistake of feeling like you have to see it all in one day or in one visit. So much changes. There's so many things that are just little nuances. Every little nugget you can take in is just special. So don't feel like you have to do it all or see it all or go commando. Relax, take it in, and have a great time.
You don't have to have cheese on your nachos.
No, you don't.
You can craft it the way you want it. And I don't mean that as craft cheese. You can craft it the way you want it. Right?
That's right.
How about you, Karen? Any final thoughts?
Pretty much the same same as what Jeff was saying. But what I always tell moms that, moms are researching and they know every little thing that they want their kids to experience, but it's a lot to take in, and the kids don't know what they don't know. So if they don't get to see everything, they're not going to know that they missed something. Whatever the kids are doing, they're going to be so excited to do whatever it is they're doing. So they're not going to know they missed something. So just take it in. Don't be too overwhelmed. Enjoy your kids.
Yeah, don't be overwhelmed.
Memories.
Yeah. Don't be overwhelmed. Enjoy what's there. Enjoy the cavalcades that come by, enjoy the characters that appear. Because you're not going to be able to do it all. You're not going to be able to. So as long as you go in there going, I know I'm just going to have a great time and experience what I experienced. And then if you didn't get to do it all, you get to come back. Come back.
Right.
Come back. And My Mickey Vacation Travel will take care of it for you. Right. And just one last thing about the Magic Kingdom. It's one of the best places to experience seasonal entertainment, right? Seasonal parties and events from the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party in the fall to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party in the wintertime. There's always something fun going on at the Magic Kingdom. So check it out. Call a dream designer. Get in touch with them. Tell them about what you want to experience, and then let them take it from there. That's how easy it is. And then you just show up at your vacation, right?
Yep.
That's the best.
Exactly right.
That's
As
right.
easy as that.
It's easy as that. Well, I want to thank Jeff and Karen Stoner. Thank you guys so much for this great conversation. And thank you to those who have been providing some great feedback and comments here on our live stream. Stay with us because our next live stream that we'll be bringing to you will be our second installment of Walt Disney World 101. And who knows what park that will be? We'll see what Jeff and Karen decide, but we'll be ready to bring it to you. They're making faces right now. If you're not watching, they're making faces. But maybe we'll go in park order. I don't know. Or they'll just change it up. Maybe they'll change it up. Maybe we'll throw a water park day at you. Who knows? Ooh. But stick around, and we'll be bringing that back to you with the My Mickey podcast. I'm Cam, and we'll see you real soon right back here. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.